Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast heading into this new week. Yesterday was a bit on the cooler side with the cloud cover as temperatures stayed in the 60s, but with higher humidity today, that will lead to a little bit warmer day today in the 70s as all eyes will be on the storm risk for today. And even with the clouds, I do expect storms and severe weather as well. With all hazards in play, we could be talking about 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts with some of the stronger storms. We'll keep an eye on the hail threat, of course, and the tornado threat. All hazards we need to watch very, very, very closely late this afternoon into this evening. I expect this to be a very wild evening for dinner time as the line of storms will be pushing through. So please stay weather aware and be aware of this time frame. Pretty high confidence of this time frame because I'm going to show you the two computer models and they're almost very similar to the timing of these storms pushing through the area. So we're dry for much of the day. A little bit of fog this morning in some spots, maybe a few sprinkles as we get into that higher moisture in the area. But look at this, 5 o'clock, the storms are knocking on the doorstep of Cloud County and will be pushing through the area during the evening hours. I can see storms even developing out ahead of that main line by 8 o'clock. So we'll obviously be keeping an eye on that, especially if they are fairly isolated. That does increase the risk for tornadoes and very large hail and those isolated storms. Once they get into the main line, there still will be hail and some wind, or tornadoes, I should say, but wind is going to be the primary concern. So 8 o'clock, these storms getting close to Highway 75 and then pushing through the area for the next couple of hours after that. That's how far it goes on that computer model. Here's the other computer model, very similar timing, 6 p.m., making way into our western communities. And then as I get towards the 7:30, 8 o'clock hour, getting close to Highway 75 and then pushing eastward. So by about 10:30 or so after the 10 o'clock newscast, that may be it for storms. So the good news is this is not going to be an overnight event. This is mainly going to be in the late afternoon, evening hours that these storms will impact the area. So you want to make sure that you're staying weather aware, have that weather radio ready to go, that you have a set of batteries just in case the power is lost as you're listening in on the weather conditions. Of course, we'll have updates in the WIBW weather app throughout the day for any possible changes to the forecast, but I don't see it changing much. Pretty high confidence that that's about the time frame that those storms will be moving through. And of course, between our newscasts from 4 to 5 to 6, 9:30 on MeTV to 10 o'clock back on WIBW TV CBS. We will make sure that you are well aware of the situation. Of course, the bug and crawl going on the bottom of the screen as well. So have that storm safety kit with you in your storm shelter ready to go just in case you need it. A bottle of water, non-perishable foods, batteries, prescription medication, basic for first aid. Have shoes down there unless you have those shoes ready to go as you're taking shelter. But if you have a pair of shoes down there in the shelter, you can just head down there and then be putting them on as you're in your shelter. And so just stay weather aware. Of course, we've had a lot of tornadoes already this season. We've had 9 in the WIBW viewing area. That's close to the 10 we had all of last year. So it has been a very active year so far. And even with the cloud cover today, and we'll see, there's a possibility it may limit the severe weather threat, but all conditions that we have, all the ingredients necessary for severe weather are the highest that I've seen so far this season. Obviously, severe weather acts like a puzzle. If we're missing one ingredient or one ingredient is not as high as the others, that really limits the severe weather threat. That's why it's something that we always have to watch for as far as just keeping an eye on the radar and how the storms are interacting with the atmosphere. But all hazards are in play based on the parameters necessary for severe weather to develop. Some of the highest that I've seen so far this season. This is not to scare you. This is just to prepare you. So be aware of that. Otherwise, we'll dry out with plenty of sun over the next couple of days as temperatures do stay on the warm side before a cold front Wednesday night pushes through. I really don't see much in the way of storms after today. I'm keeping my eye on the weekend. Right now, I just have it at night, but that's just because of uncertainty. It may have some storms during the daytime hours over the weekend, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I do expect temperatures to get a little bit cooler and closer to the low 70s towards the end of the week and weekend. Taking a look at our extended outlook, probability of drier than normal conditions in the 6 to 10 day outlook, and then we're in the equal chances above and below, especially in the 8 to 14 day outlook. It does look like we increase the chances for wetter than normal conditions again in the 3 to 4 week outlook, so that'll be something to watch for as well. But please stay weather aware for today. I will hopefully update this video at the very least to put on my new newscast or 12 o'clock newscast for an update. But all things said, I will certainly be updating the website with the text and the graphics on there, like the storm predictions in our Outlook, that will be changing over the course of at least 2 times during the morning hours and then again in the later afternoon hours. So make sure you're checking in throughout the day today for updates, but definitely want to stay weather aware, especially between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. across the WIBW viewing area. Have a great day. Stay safe. We'll get through this. We'll make sure that you are aware of all changes and storms that are pushing through the area. It is going to be short-lived, the good news is, during the evening hours, but it could come with some nasty storms, so be aware of that.